Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, wherever in the world you are, guys. Welcome to a brand new week of the Full 100. It is Monday, the 14th of September today. Again, the month's flying. We're already halfway through the bloody month. It's amazing, really. Guys, hope you all had a fabulous weekend. It was a great weekend just gone. And I hope you all enjoy the sun and everything else. Right, today's show, guys. I want to start with an update on George Floyd and the court appearance. The four murdering officers appeared in court on Friday. First time together, all of them in one courtroom. And you won't believe this, but their defense lawyer is still spewing the nonsense that there is no evidence that the knee on George's neck for 8 minutes and 45, 8 minutes and 46 or whatever seconds had nothing to do with his death. I mean, when I heard that, guys, I said to myself, well, you know how you try out, you know how they replicate situations in a courtroom? I would volunteer to replicate Chauvin's knee on George Floyd's neck. I will put my knee on Chauvin's neck with the same pressure for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And if he lives, then they're right. If he dies, then it's a guilty for them, right? And I'm happy to volunteer and show if their theory is correct. But guys, listen, let's get down to today's show and let's see what we got. Right, I'm going to open up with George Floyd and the court appearance. Like I said, it's diabolical, really. The defendants in the George Floyd court case. Take a quick look.
That's what supporters outside a courthouse in Minneapolis were chanting as George Floyd's family stepped out. It followed a court hearing Friday for the four former in Floyd's death, the first time all four were in court together. The prosecution pushed to hold a joint trial for them, and their defense attorneys asked to move the trial out of Minneapolis. The judge did not rule on either of those requests. After the hearing, the attorney representing George Floyd's family addressed a crowd of supporters, saying the family will get justice.
No, we just sat through a very emotional hearing where people tried to kill George Floyd a second time. Listen. They made all kind of foolish allegations, talking about he died from a drug overdose. No better. They're trying to claim the knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds had nothing to do with his death.
Unbelievable, right, guys? Like I said, I'm going to write to the courtroom and I'm going to volunteer for when the trial starts. If they want a demonstration to disprove their side or to prove the other side, we can use Officer Chauvin as a guinea pig and use myself as someone who's pulled from the crowd to perform that example. So we'll see what they say. Guys, I want to go on to a really serious topic now. Not that George Floyd isn't serious. George Floyd woke the whole world up, so of course. But this is a very serious situation, because this is like a cancer, and it's a cancer of conspiracy theory. It's a cancer of QAnon and all of these stuff. Guys, look, my channel is about telling the truth. I started this channel because there just wasn't another channel that was saying anything different. They were all saying the same: 5G, Bill Gates, vaccines, all of that rubbish. Okay. There just wasn't one that was on the other side or on YouTube, like not your everyday channels, like you have your everyday loopy ones. Okay, so this is the purpose of this channel. And whenever I come across anything that I can use as evidence to further show and support that this conspiracy theory only exists because of Trump in the White House or because of the atmosphere that we're living in right now, then I'm going to bring it to you guys. And this is a fantastic series of videos. It's the same video. I've cut it into 4 or 5 pieces of video. And this really sends home the message of how sick our world is today. So guys, I'm going to start with the first video. So just take a look at this young lady from the Times who did a fabulous report. Basically, let's take a look at my first video on this topic.
Reporting on just how dire this plague is. Charlotte, thanks so much for being with us. You spoke to some 7 dozen people in Wisconsin. What did you find?
Well, I found an alarming proportion of them, roughly 1 in 5, believed things that were patently untrue, that verged into the realm of conspiracy theory, from the notion that COVID-19 is a hoax to the QAnon conspiracy theory, which is a viral delusion that makes people believe that there is a cabal that is kidnapping and raping children in order to drink their blood. Of course, that is not true, but the number of people that I met in ordinary scenarios, not at a Trump rally, the grocery store, the parking lot, on the street, in a downtown area, in a suburb, who believed this was alarming to me.
Speaking about
Welcome back, guys. Now there's another 3 or 4 clips to that young lady's reporting. But more importantly, guys, you really need to understand how deep she's delved into the psyche of the fake stuff and those who seek out, and they think they're seeking information. They don't understand the algorithms are just going to send you down deeper and deeper and deeper down that conspiracy path, and you're going to come across another one. You're going to go, oh my god, yeah, there you go. So guys, on to my second clip now. And like I said, the crux of this is the more you debate these guys, these people, once they're stuck on that QAnon, babies blood's being drunk by politicians and Trump is the savior, the more you bring them facts about how crazy it is, the more they believe it. It's crazy. So take a look at my second clip, guys.
Speaking about QAnon specifically, the FBI has warned that QAnon could lead to violence, domestic terrorism in this country. And as you said, they espouse just all politicians are in a sex trafficking ring and cannibalism, and they've overtaken the 5G cellular network. We have a graphic of this so people can see it. It's just dumbfounding what they believe. But you found, and I think we're all finding this, more and more people believe this now.
So one of the things I found in my reporting, which is, again, alarming and discomforting, is that one of the definitions of a conspiracy theory is a belief that if you present evidence to the contrary, the person will immediately believe that by presenting disproving evidence or questioning evidence that you're somehow in on it. So that's one of the things that's so dangerous about this, is that the more you push, the more you question, the more you attempt to convince people that this is not true, the more they believe it.
Now, in this third clip, and I actually saw this interview, this third clip is, they're talking about Mike Pence, who's the vice president of America, Trump's second in command. And I saw the interview a couple of weeks ago, and they asked him, what do you think of QAnon? He says, I don't know anything about them. The guy says, hold on, the FBI has given you intelligence. We know the FBI has given you and the president, the security agencies have given you intelligence about these people are a threat to Homeland Security. Would you mean you don't know who they are? So this is something that's in their head. It's in their life every day. His boss, Trump, is the so-called leader, the guy who's come to save the world. And he says it, and FBI has given them heads up about these people being dangerous and this whole theory thing going a certain way, and he claims not to know nothing about it. Now, why would you say you don't know nothing about it? That's like Al-Qaeda. Then you've got a report on Al-Qaeda, and the press is saying to you, well, do you think Al-Qaeda is a risk? And you say, oh, Al-Qaeda, I really don't know who they are. Really? Take a look.
What impact has the president and his supporters, including the vice president, had on this? The president says of QAnon and conspiracy theories often, all I know is that they love America. I had Mike Pence on here a few weeks ago, and he had Well, he claimed, I don't even know what QAnon is. This is the vice president of the United States after the FBI has issued warnings on that. So what impact does that have?
So the president has been espousing conspiracy theories since the beginning of his political career and even before. Remember, this is the man who really contributed to the rise of birtherism, which is another conspiracy theory. I know that the people that I spoke to who believe in QAnon believe that Trump is their savior. The entire worldview of QAnon, really aligns with a lot of what the president said about the deep state, about people conspiring against him. And although the president has not yet, explicitly acknowledged QAnon, their followers definitely see him as their leader.
Right. This next portion of the clip, okay, deals with algorithms. And you know what? I can't count how many times I've advised people, truly, genuinely, people who want to find the truth because they know it's a bit nutty what they're hearing and the videos they're getting on the phone. So they go and they search. Do you know how many people I've told? I can't count how many people I've told, and even the same people multiple times, to say your phone today and your computers, Google, your YouTube, all your search engines that you use, Safari, they all recognize where the type of videos that you get. So when I search for something, my algorithm is going to take me to the same place that someone who is delving into this and believing this and sharing these videos and always on that will take you. The algorithms, you search for Obama, it's going to take you to all of the bad stuff on Obama. When I search for Obama, it's going to take me somewhere else. When I tell this to people, people don't understand. My friends, after watching this, the one advice I have to give every one of you, if you want to know the truth from here on in, delete your search history completely. Wipe it off your computer, off your mobile phone. Wipe them all off and then start afresh. And you'll see what type of stories you begin to flipping see. Okay? So take a look at this next video that deals with just that. Take a look.
One of the things I like most about your piece is you also note that as human beings, we're susceptible to these conspiracy theories. Our brains are wired for this.
Yeah. And, one of the things that's particularly alarming about this moment is, conspiracy theories are nothing new in the United States. I mean, everybody knows that there were conspiracy theories around JFK's assassination and around 9/11 and, going back even further into the 20th and 19th century, every era is marked by conspiracy theories. What's different about this era is that these ideas spread on the internet with the help of algorithms that are designed to bring people sort of deeper into the crazy. So people who, in previous eras, you might have to get a pamphlet, buy an obscure book, subscribe to a sort of offbeat magazine in order to find some of these ideas. Now they're served up to you on Facebook and YouTube. And, even more alarming is that in previous times you had sort of stopgaps like local news or strong offline social ties, a bowling club or a church group or, places where people would meet in person, and their friends and neighbors, if they started saying something like, hey, the moon landing was faked, their friends and neighbors would say, I don't know, are you sure about that? And now people have fewer of those kind of stopgaps that stop them from sort of slipping into the realm of conspiracy theory.
There just aren't.
Right, guys, I'm on the last portion of this video now, and this part of it is 23 seconds long. However, what it does is it brings everything you've just seen together. Do you know why? When Trump and his right-wing people started to call the truth tellers liars, and their voices were the loudest, okay? That's the erosion that allowed this type of rubbish to take hold and set in. When a president can say blatantly to a crowd and to the press, we're doing great, we are the #1 nation of fighting this epidemic, this pandemic. He can spew that and it goes unchecked, and these lies, and you're calling the real press who are telling the truth liars, and then you call Fox News who are telling lies the truth tellers. You see that jumbling up and down and confusing the truth? That's what's allowed this type of behavior to take hold. So take a look, guys, at the last part of that video.
Slipping into the realm of conspiracy theory.
There just aren't as many agreed upon sets of facts. And the other thing, as you point out, we've also had an assault on the concept of truth. And once you have that, once you erase truth as a concept, it allows almost any conspiracy to sprout and prosper. Charlotte, thank you very much for being with us.
Guys, I've got one more video to show you now. Not off the chain of those videos, but just one that makes sense. Take a look at this guy proclaiming the success, which is a complete lie, but it's allowed to stay. And when it stays, it goes into some people's heads because there is nothing else in there. They are not informed. So take a look at my last video and I'll see you on the other side.
And with the U.S. now just over 190,000 coronavirus deaths, most of the country in the world, most of any of the deaths in the world, he said this.
If you look at our numbers, our fatality numbers compared to other countries, we're in really, I mean, it's amazing what we've done.
What we've done, well, the U.S. has 4% of the world's population and more than 20% of the world's coronavirus deaths.
Guys, we've come to the end of the first show of the week. I'm probably going to put another 2 this week because I've started my new position now. And I look forward to speaking to you guys again during the week. So it's going to be a great week, weather-wise. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next show. Take care now. Bye-bye.